Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Illegal Alien Racing. This is League Racing at Dallas Karting Complex in the heavies class. And what you're watching here is the pre-final. I'm going to show you one lap of the pre-final. And the reason I'm doing that is because they inverted the starting grid from the qualifying. So the faster guys are starting in the very back. The slower qualifiers are starting in the front, which we didn't know that was going to happen. They just announced it before the pre-final, so it made for an interesting race. For sure. It's a lot of fun, actually. So here's the opening lap. Here you don't know what's going to happen. A bunch of karts going for position, so hopefully nobody spins out in a bad spot here. That's Tommy, number 30, in front of me. First time racing in the heavies class. See if we can follow him in here, get a spot. Kind of swing out wide a little bit. Kart slid out on me. But I get a good run coming off the corner. Going to the 7 here. The guy doesn't come down, which is good, so I'm able to get another spot. So at this point, I think I'm in like 8th place. I started in 14th or 15th, something like that. So pretty good start. I'm gonna see if I can get a position from this guy. Opens the door here, and he does a good job of not turning down. I don't think I touched him there, but I didn't want him to think I tried to push him out, so kind of waved my hand at him. So yeah, it's the opening lap of the pre-final, and I ended up in 5th place here. Chance won the race, and Justin finished right behind me. Actually, almost overtook me at the end. All right, so here's the start of the final race, and again, Chance is on pole. I'm starting 5th. Justin, I think, is right behind me, or actually not right behind me, but to the outside of me, I think. All right, number 5 right there to the right of me, that's Kart Rage, and you'll be seeing a lot of him in this race. All right, so opening lap here, opening turn, following number 12 in. It's looking okay right here. I go for the move. Kart slide out just a little bit on me and bump him a little bit. Nobody spins out, so that's good. Okay, we're in the 3rd place really quick, so things are looking pretty good. Chances in the lead, and the guy, number 20 in the orange shirt, I don't know who that is off the top of my head, but he's hanging out in 2nd place. He got 2nd place in the pre-final as well. All right, so we're going to settle in here and see if we can set this guy up. Give him a little bump there. Pulls away just a little bit. See if we can set him up for later. Got a little gap behind me. So here I'm noticing, Chance is in the lead, but he's not pulling away from us, which normally happens when he gets out in the lead from the jump. He just pulls away, and you're not going to catch him. He's, in my opinion, the best all-around driver in league racing. He's super fast, super consistent, clean racer. Yeah, he's, in my opinion, the best one overall. So given that he's not pulling away from us, I'm thinking he may not have like a super strong car compared to the rest of us. So I get a little bit of a run on number 20 here. I'm able to make the move and get into 2nd place. Mr. Kart Rage is going to make the move on number 20. Doesn't stick, but watch what he does here. This corner coming up here, he brakes super late and slides up the track way offline where he should be, and doesn't hit the guy, so that's good. But we're going to talk about that move a little bit later. It looked like a good move there. Going back to Chance's kart, yeah, it doesn't seem like it's as strong as the rest of our karts. And, we got to understand, and we have to remember that these karts get driven by the general public every day, all day long. So there's no way they can make these all completely equal, even if they try. So we have to race whatever we got. And, unfortunately, Chance's kart wasn't as strong as mine and some of the other guys, but he's doing an excellent job here of working with what he's got and trying to keep it up front and being very difficult to pass. So here he's not taking defensive lines just yet, and I'm going to wait. I'm not close enough to really go for a move, so I'm just going to kind of wait. Right there I hit the curb. I really upset the cart a little bit and shaking my head. I'm disgusted with myself at this point for hitting that curb. Just kidding. So there's Mr. Kart Rage. Here's that move again that he pulled on the orange shirt guy. Does it on me, but again, look how far offline he is. I don't even know if he brakes or what. Here's Justin coming to the inside of me. Look how we took that turn. Give him a little middle finger, but that's a friendly middle finger. But in that turn, me and him, I don't even know if we touched. If we did, it was barely. We were racing very clean with each other. I gave him plenty of room. He didn't run up the track and run me out of the way and force a pass. So going back to Kart Rage number 5, when he passed me, he brakes super late in that corner. And then he slides up the track because he's carrying way too much speed. And if you happen to be on the outside of him, he's going to run into you and use your car as brakes. Which, if you're going to make that move, that's cool. But make sure, you keep it a little tighter and don't run up the track and run into the guy next to you. That's kind of a shitty move. Any racer out here that's racing can do that move. And that's just, shitty driving in my opinion. If you watch, how Chance races, how Justin races, how I race, Joe and some of the other guys, a lot of times when we're passing somebody, we don't touch them at all, if very much. If we do touch them, it's not very much. And that's just the way to race. Just race clean, use finesse when you pass somebody. Don't force things and just lean on people, through corners to use them as brakes and keep your line. I think that's just a shitty way of driving. So here comes, that's Justin right behind me, making a run. I'm going to dip in down here and follow Chance through. I get past Kart Rage and get back into second place. If you don't know why I call him Kart Rage, go back and look at some of my old videos. Probably about 2 or 3, about 3 before this one. There's a thumbnail that says Kart Rage, and that'll explain his nickname. Justin does a good job there of following Chance. Chance taking the defensive line. Justin does a good job of following him in there. Kart Rage is looking for the move here to my outside. Doesn't get it to stick. Justin bobbles there a little bit. Give him a little bump. Don't have a run on anything, but here comes Kart Rage. It's inside of me and slides up the track and, again, using me as brakes. Now watch when I pass him. Zero contact. Here he comes again. That one wasn't as bad, but it still leans a little bit on me, and then I come back. Don't really make too much contact with him. So Justin's out in front, pulling away. Here comes, Kart Rage has a pretty good kart. Makes the move, and then again, swings out wide. I'm able to take the position right back. Okay, right here, make some contact. I think because I was watching someone else's video that was behind us, I think I may have turned into him a little bit and didn't give him quite enough room, so I'll take that one as my fault. I should have given him just a little bit more room there. That's my bad. So here he comes again, gets a good run. Boom, nails me again. I'm like, what the hell, dude? And I use the F word, and boom, again. Like, dude, what are you doing? And then this one right here, this little hand signal, this isn't a you're number 1. This is what it was meant to be. I was pretty pissed off at him at this point. And he apologized to me after. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit you. And I was apologizing to you, and then I lost control of my cart, and then I hit you again the second time. And it's like, all right, dude, you apologize, whatever, but how about this? If I kick you in the nuts and apologize for it, is that okay? No. How about I don't kick you in the nuts to begin with, and you don't have nothing to apologize about? It's probably a better strategy. So, kind of pissed off at him. I like him, but I don't like racing with him sometimes because of how he drives. He just, like going back a few turns where he passed me in turn 1, yeah, he passes you, and he kind of, I was talking to someone else, and he's like, yeah, he kind of lives for the moment as far as the corner goes, instead of setting stuff up for the long term. He'll pass you if he has a run on you, but doesn't really worry about making the pass stick. And there's been a couple of races where we've raced, and he passed me like 2 or 3 times in turn 1. He couldn't make the pass stick. For me, my opinion, my strategy is, you know, if I can't make the pass stick, I'm probably not going to try to pass you, or I'm going to drive in a manner to make it stick in a clean way. But he gets good runs on you and goes for these moves, and a lot of times you're able to pass him back. And I know he watches these, and I show him the videos and stuff. We talk about it. He's very apologetic about certain things he does. So right there, I'm shaking my head because Doug, who's a race director, pointed the black flag at me, indicating that I did something wrong on track. So I know that they probably saw, you know, me and Kart Rage going at it, and probably thought I was the one in the wrong. And so he pointed it at me, so I'm thinking, crap, they're going to penalize me a spot. So, you know, at this point in my head, I'm thinking maybe I should give him the spot back. And that way, if they do try to penalize me, I can at least argue and say, hey, I didn't advance position from doing that. I gave him the spot back and then raced him clean after that. So that's what I do right here, is I wave him around to try to avoid getting penalized. If they were going to penalize me. So he's in second place, I'm in third place, and Justin is just driven away from us, and he's easily winning the race. You can see him right there exiting turn 1. Trying to stay behind Kart Rage as much as I can. Right here, I was pretty pissed off at him earlier, because you could see, you know, I gave him the middle finger. I'm really not amped up at this point. I'm not amped up right now. I just want to try to pass him clean and move on. But he's doing a good job. I think his kart may be a little bit better than mine, but mine is still good enough to pass him if I can set it up correctly. So let's see if I can do that. Just have a few laps left. This part of the track, especially this turn here, I tend to always catch him, or at least during this race. I have to be careful and not run into the back of him and spin him out. Now watch the lines he takes here. That's the correct line. When he was doing those, I don't know if they were dive bomb moves necessarily, because I think at least half of his kart was halfway up mine. It was more of the sense of, you're not keeping your line. You know, if you're going to pass me to the inside there, pass anybody to the inside there, give them room on the outside if they're still to the outside of you. Don't just skate up the track and run into them. That's kind of what I have a problem with, is just that. If he passes me clean, then that's cool. When he bumps me a little bit, you know, whatever, man. That's cool. It's just when they slam into you and totally takes you off your line, it's like, just, there's no skill in that. Anybody can do that. I'm driving as well as I can. I'm just having a little bit of trouble catching him here. Let's see if I can catch him on the next few corners where I tend to catch him a little bit in the previous lap. Got a little closer there, just a little bit. And right here, I really close up on him. He does a good job through there, maintains the distance between us. So going into this race, I am leading the points. I think Justin is in second place and Chance is in third place. Fortunately, Chance missed the last race. He was doing a kart race somewhere else, another part of the country. He races karts and has been for a while. So he didn't get any points last month rather, but luckily for him, I didn't have a very good race. So I didn't score as many points as I would have liked to have scored. Catch him again right there, and then just can't get a good run on him. So right there, I'm too far away. Coming up on the last lap here. All right, last lap. Let's see if I can get that position back. He's better than me through this turn right here. He's just couldn't quite nail it down like he was doing. Pulls away just a little bit. I'd like to be really close coming out of this little chicane here. But right there I know, no, he's not. I'm not going to get close enough to try to make the move in 10 coming up, which is a pretty good left-hander. I'm going to have probably one more spot. I'm going to try to pass him where he passed me. I'm going to try not to hit him, though. So I get a good little run there, and then now I just don't have it. It's a little wide there, you see that? So if I could have been in the closer position, I could have gotten underneath him right there. Probably made the move. I was just a little bit too far away. All right, taking a look inside, bump him, let him know I'm there. Got the turn, does a good job of shutting the door on me, and he takes second place. I get third. So what ended up happening was he got penalized 2 positions for rough driving. So he went from second place to fourth place, and I went from third to second. And I'm not sure where Chance finished, like 5th or 6th. And Justin, of course, won the race. So congratulations, Justin. A little fist bump there at the end for Mr. Kart Rage. And again, it's not personal. I like him off the track a lot. It's just some of his racing techniques I'm not a big fan of. You know, he's been racing long enough to not have to rely on driving like that. I understand, you know, this is a place to start racing if you want to start. And I understand, you know, if you're a new driver, you know, you're learning and you're probably going to make moves like that, and that's cool. But if you've been doing it for a long time, you shouldn't have to make moves like that. But anyways, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. I will see you next time. Y'all have a good one.